Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavagai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Bhadram Karnevih Shrunuyama Devaः Bhadram Pashyemakshaviryajatraः Sthirairangai Stushruvanusastanubhih Yashema Devahitam Yadayuः Swasti na Indro Vridhashravah Swasti nः Pusha Vishvavedaः Swasti nastarshyo Arishthanemiः Swasti no Brihaspatirdadhatu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Atashvalayano Bhagavantam Parameshtinam Upasametyo Vacha Adhihi Bhagavan Brahmavidyam Varishtam Sada Sadbhis Sevyamanam Nigodham Yaya Chirat Sarvapapam Vyapohya Parat Param Purusham Yati Vidvan. Mantra number 16. Punascha Janmantara Karma Yogat Saeva Jivasvapiti Prabuddhaha Puratraye Kridati Yascha Jivaha Tatastu Jatam Sakalam Vichitram. The flow idea is not complete with this, and then it continues the next one also. It's okay. Punascha Janmantara Karma Yoga. Due to owing to the Janmantara Karma coming to bear fruit, coming to fruition, comes to bear fruit. Janmantara Karma unfolds. Karma keeps unfolding. Like the news, in the newspaper, no? As we turn the pages, the news unfolds, whatever is there. Flip the page, then what is there comes to be known, comes to be read. So too, every moment, every day, the karma keeps unfolding. As the karma keeps unfolding, Janmantara Karma. Karma which is done in this Janma or Janmantara. Because of that, Janmantara Karma Yoga, Anusarat, in keeping with that, Sahayeva Jivaha, the very same entity, who is the same, the invariable presence in all avastha, Jagrat, Swapna and Sushupti. Sahayeva Jivaha Swapiti, goes to sleep, dreams, and then Prabuddhaha Bhavati, wakes up also. Thus, it goes on. Day after day, this goes on. Not only for one entity, but for all jiva. The jiva here is a collective singular, referring to all jivas, for all jivas. This happens. And this is everybody's experience, unnegatable experience. That I wake up, that I dream, that I sleep, this is there. And another fact is that in and through all these experiences, I am the invariable presence. I am the waker, I am the dreamer, and I am the sleeper also. Even though waking, dreaming, sleep are exclusive, distinct states, but I am the one who assumes, who takes on the role or the state of being the waker. I am the waker. But am I as good as the waker only if I is equal to waker? Is waker is equal to I? If I were just the waker, then who is the dreamer? Is it somebody else? Is it some other entity? If the dreamer is not I, then I would not have that experience. I would not have the memory of the dream. And so too, if I were not the sleeper, I would not say I got up from sleep. I slept well. I did not know anything. I wouldn't say. So this called the pratyabhijna, right? The pratyabhijna, the recognition. The one who slept, the one who dreamt is verily the same me, the waker now, right? That pratyabhijna, the recollection, the recognition is there. And not only with reference to dream and sleep, the one who was awake yesterday, that waker, I am the waker today. Yesterday's waker and today's waker, I am the one and the same entity. Therefore, this I am the invariable presence in all the experiences. In and through all my experiences, I am the only invariable presence. Experiences are exclusive, distinct. My experiences are exclusive to me only and not to anybody else. Even though others may understand my experience, but it is only exclusive. I and I only undergo the experiences. Okay. And each one is, and my own experiences, each one of them is exclusive. My seeing an object is different from touching an object. Is different from thinking about something. So each of my experiences are exclusive. So they stand as distinct, discrete. Each one is discrete. Right? Discrete, distinct means there is no connection for that experience itself. Between two experiences, there is no connection. I see something, I touch something else. Between these two, the experience of seeing and experience of touching, there is no connection at all. The seeing and touching, they are not connected. But then, I being there, the invariable presence in the seeing as the seer, and in the touching, I being there, they get connected as it were, right? This is my experience, this is also my experience. So, what connects all these experiences and what connects the experiences one undergoes, one has day after day, right? That is the I. In the Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan says, Sutre Maniganaha Iva. He gives a beautiful example in the Bhagavad Gita. So like even the beads are generally round or whatever shape, but beads are distinct. One bead is not connected in any way to the other. But there is a thread running through the beads which makes it possible to stand together, to be held together. It's the thread which holds all the beads together and gives the shape of a continuity, and a mala that gives. So, Sutre Maniganaha Iva, like even the thread running through all the beads. That one thread runs through the distinct, different beads. So too, I am the invariable presence in all my experiences. And not only I am the invariable presence, I am the one who is the Adhara, as it's going to be pointed out. I am the Adhara in all the experiences. That is to say, all experiences happen where? Where do they happen? In me. Right? In me only. That is to say, I am the Adhara, I am the substratum, I I am the basis, I am the platform on which all the experiences happen. If there is no platform, a thing cannot stand on it. A thing cannot, suppose there is no table, the clock cannot stand on it. Maybe there is some other platform, but then there needs a platform on which a support, a ground on which an object can stand. Where does my experience of waking, dreaming, sleep and all that, where do they stand? On me. I am the ground on which these experiences happen. So I am the Adhara, it's going to be said later. So not only I am the Adhara, I am the illuminer also. I illumine those experiences. Right? What makes it known? What makes an experience known? Seeing the table, touching the table. What makes it known? What makes it reveal? What reveals that? Right? That is again I. The table itself is insentient. It's not revealed. It does not stand revealed unless I, the sentient being, I, the consciousness, light it up, illumine that. And I know the table through my sense organs. The sense organs are lit up again by me alone. And I know the table, etc. through my mind. The mind also is lit up by me alone. Okay? As we see in the Kaivalyopanishad points out that Shrotrasya Shrotram, ear of the ears. Chakshushaha Chakshuhu, the eye of the eye. Vachoha Vacham, the speech of speech. And then Manaso Manoyat, the mind of the mind, etc. That is to say, because of which the eyes are functional. The eyes exist and the eyes are capable of seeing. That is the eye of the eye. The eye is capable of seeing, but the eye exists and the eye is capable of seeing because of what? That is called the eye of the eye, Shrotras, the ear of the ear. So to mind of the mind. And what is it that? That is the Atma, that is Brahma, that is pointed out. So I am that invariable presence, I am the ground, I am the Adhara for all experiences to exist, to come into being, to exist. And I am the illuminer also. So three aspects. I am the invariable presence in and through all the experiences, and I am the ground, I am the basis for all the experiences, and I am the illuminer also. I light up all experiences. If I were not the invariable presence, there is no continuity, there is no pratyabhijna, right? And there is no bhokta, there is no karta, there is no bhoga, there is no life possible without that continuity, right? If I were not continuously present, life is not possible, experience is not possible, karta, bhokta, sukha, ananda, even moksha is not possible. Seeking moksha and then knowing that yes, I am mukta, that cognition is not possible if I were not present as the invariable presence. And if I am the ground, if the ground is not there, how can anything show up? How can the seer, hearer, thinker, feeler, rememberer, how can they take place? It's not possible without me, the ground, being there. And thirdly, if I do not illumine the experiences, there is no knowing, there is no owning any experience. So therefore, these three aspects, the invariable presence, I am the ground, I am the light. I am the light of all the lights. And therefore he says, Sahayeva Jivaha, the very same entity, Swapiti Prabuddhaha, sleeps and wakes up also. Okay, right. Now the Shruti proceeds from the known experiences, the universally known experiences to what the Jiva does not know or does not understand about one's own nature. Right? The Jiva knows that I am the sleeper, I am the waker, I have experiences, I go, I do, I see. All that the Jiva is familiar with that. That is to say, the Jiva's focus, the Jiva's attention or the Jiva's cognition is only on the variable experiences now. But then, because of ignorance, because of moha, the jiva does not look at the invariable presence that is oneself. Now the Shruti wants the jiva to, the seeker to look at that. Hey, you are preoccupied with things, preoccupied doing, preoccupied getting, preoccupied enjoying things. In your preoccupation with the variables, you forget. You don't halt. You don't focus. You don't look at the invariable presence that is you. You are the illuminer. You are the ground, and you are the invariable presence in all. And this you is Brahman. It's going to be told. The ever full Brahman. This you are that Brahman, and that is what you are seeking is. So going from the known experiences to the unknown, right? Unknown Swarupa, Atma Swarupa. This is the teaching Krama method. From the known to the unknown. The known is experiences, waking, sleep, etc. That's all known. But then what is unknown to me, the seeker, is that I am that Brahman. I am the invariable presence. I am the ever Purna Atma that is not known, which happens to be my Purushartha, and therefore the Shruti leads the seeker to that cognition, that understanding. Therefore, the commentator says here, Idanim Jiva Brahmanoho Aikyam Aha. Having presented the three states of experience as Idanim, currently, presently, now, Jiva Brahmanoho Aikyam, the essential oneness of Jiva, that is the experiencer, me, the individual, and Brahma, which is the truth of all. Aikyam, Swarupena, in terms of Swarupa, the Aikyam, the oneness is pointed out, as says, by the following portion. Puratraye Stula Sukshma Ajnana Akhye Shariratraye. So Puratraya, Traya means three, the triad, and Pura, the city, the three cities. A figurative expression. The bodies are compared to the cities, three cities. So Puratraya, Puram Iva Puram, not literally but figuratively they are Pura. A Pura, a city, is a vast place, and it's a conglomerate. It's a setup. It is put up. It's put together by a variety of objects like rows of houses, buildings, and then streets, etc. And then indwellers, right? And then bigger mansions, and then gardens, and all that. So this is the Puram. We put together, organized, generally organized, planned. So to this Sharira Traya is also compared to the Pura. That's also well organized, put together intelligently for a purpose. That is the Puratraya, the Shariratraya. So, Puratraya. In the Kathopanishad also we see this Pura, the word. Puram Ekadasha Dwaram, the 11-gated city. So like there are 11 main gates. In the olden days, the cities used to have walls around, and then they had entry points, right? Gates were there. So people could come in and go out of the gates into the city and out of the city. Do their transaction and then they go out or go in. So to the Sharira has this 11 gates, sense organs, and then all that, they are all the 11 gates. Ekadasha Dwaram. So things come in. External world, objects in the external world, as it were, enter me. Not literally, but in terms of my experience, in terms of my cognition. The clock that I see enters in terms of my cognition. And then there is a transaction. Knowing is there, and then my seeing the time and then feeling that this is my clock, this is not my clock, this is a new clock, all that vyavahara takes place. So Ekadashadvaram. And in the Gita also, Bhagavan says, Navadvare Pure Dehi, etc. He says, Naiva Kurvan Nakarayan, etc. goes. Navadvara. There it says 9 gates. A different way of counting, that's all. One way you count it is 11 gates. Another way you count it is 9 gates. Okay. Navadvare Pure. There again the Pura is there. So, the Puratraye. What is the Puratraya here? It says here, Sthula, Sukshma, Ajnana, Akhye. Saptami. Puratraye in the 3 cities. Traye in the cities. There is Akhya. Akhya means called, known as. Akhye, known as Sthula, Sukshma, Ajnana. Sthula Sharira, Sukshma Sharira, and Karana Sharira. Karana Sharira is referred to as Ajnana here. So, Sthula, Sukshma, Ajnana, Akhye, Sharira Traye, the threefold Sharira. In this threefold Sharira, in these 3 Shariras, this Jiva Kridati, Viharati, Yascha Jivaha. That Jiva, that very same Jiva, Yahacha Jiva, Kridati, sports, revels. Viharati, sports. It goes about doing things, experiencing. Kridati, Viharati. Okay. Okay. As if to indicate that it's all a sport. The life is a big sport. Kridati, Viharati. Problem may come when one takes things, what happens to oneself. Okay? We're not talking about what happens to others, but what happens to oneself. If I take it too seriously, then it's a bother, it's a bug, it's a problem, it's a pain, etc. But if I can take things lightly, it's a sport. So, as if to say that you are not really bugged. You, the Atma, you are not touched by, not affected by this. Only the Jiva in one's own ignorance assumes that I am affected by what I experience, what I undergo. I am affected. I am rendered dukkhi or sukhi, whatever. No, I am changed. I am affected by what I have, what I experience. It's the Jiva who is in ignorance thinks that one is affected by that. But as if to point out that you are not affected, right? You are not touched really by your experiences. You are the Asanga Atma, Kutastha Atma. You are the Atma who is always Asanga, Purna. As if to, you are the Paramarthika. As if to point that out, the Shruti says, Kridati, revels. Sports in all the 3 dehas. Also, it's our own experience. An experience which is intense and say painful. At that moment, it bugs, it bothers me. It bothers me very much when at the present moment. But after a time when the pain subsides or that goes away, that does not bother me. Yes, I have to take now, it bugs me, bothers me. But then after a week's time, when it's all right, when it's taken care of, then that does not bother me. It's a thing of the past. I only have memory of it. But then that the pain is not there, the suffering is not there. So, in our own experience, we see that the moment of experience seems true, seems real. Right? But when it is past, then that reality is gone. That effect, the impact on me is gone. It's not there. Right? So, this is again an indicator that the pain cannot affect me, cannot come to me. It's an experiential, all right. Pain is a vyavahara. Pleasure also is a vyavahara. And it only impacts the vyavaharika I. Right? And that too, when I have this ignorance. But then experience continues. When I understand, experience continues. But then the affectation, me being affected, shaken out of my fullness, that is not there anymore. Therefore, as if to point that out, the Shruti says, Kridati, Viharati. Okay? The one who revels. Now, there is cha in that mantra. Yaha cha jivaha. The cha. What does the cha do here? He says here, chakaraha yevakara arthaha. The cha means eva. Yaha cha means saha cha means saha eva. Very same entity. Saha eva, that's the meaning. Saha eva jiva. Okay. And who is that saha jivaha? Says prasiddhaha. Well known. I am known. I am self-evident. That's me. I don't need any pramana to reveal my presence. Prasiddha, well known. Known to everyone. Oneself is known to everyone. I am is known to everyone. Therefore he says prasiddha. But then what is not known here is that Paramatma eva. He says Paramatma eva. The commentator links it. Don't forget that this jiva is only a manifestation, a vyavaharika, a manifestation of this Paramatma alone. Don't think that this is jiva is different from Paramatma. It's only very the Paramatma who takes up, who manifests, who sports as the jiva. Paramatma eva. This prasiddha, the word prasiddha in the commentary, we can take it to go with the jiva, yaha cha jivaha prasiddha, or with the Paramatma word also we can take. But then this Paramatma it is not prasiddha, but then shrutishu shastre prasiddha. In the shastra it is prasiddha. Mumukshu madhye, among the sadhakas it is known. Sadhakas know. That is, they at least know this much. I am Paramatma. That is, I am not merely jiva. It is at least a paroksha jnanam, a hearsay jnanam at least is there. In the Shastra Vyavahara, it is therefore prasiddha. Okay? Paramatma eva. Now, go back to that Atmanam Aranim Kritva Pranavam Cha Uttararanim. And then, further it says, Sahayeva Maya Parimohitatma. Okay? Remember that in the beginning of the Avastatraya. Sahayeva Maya Parimohitatma. That very Param Brahma, who is Maya Parimohita, Shariram Asthaya, assuming the body, identifying the body, Karoti Sarvam, etc. was said. And therefore, the commentator connects with that Paramatma Eva. Right? So don't forget this. Really that Paramatma, you are that Paramatma Eva. And this Paramatma shows up as what? This Jiva here now. So he says, Prana Dharakaha. One who has this prana, one who supports, in whom the pranas function, one who takes to this prana for the sake of this life, Prana Dharaka. Okay. Now, the Shruti proceeds further. Tatastu tasmadeva jiva abhinnaha natu anyaha. The commentator says, Tataha tu, in the mantra, Tataha tu sakalam vichitram, sakalam jatam vichitram, it says, here it says Tataha means tasmat. Tataha tu, the tu here means eva. So tasmat eva. Tataha means tasmat. Tu means eva. Verily, that because of that very reason, tasmat, due to that reason, hetau panchami. The panchami tasmat is in the sense of hetu. Because of that, due to that, verily, this Paramatma is Jiva Abhinnaha. Jivena Abhinnaha. Bhinnaha means separate, distinct. Abhinnaha not separate. It's verily Jivena Abhinnaha. It's verily the Jiva. Jiva Swarupa. Jiva is not separate from this Paramatma. Paramatma is not other than this Jiva. Therefore, Jiva Abhinnaha eva. Natu Anyaha. Jivatma is not another entity. Okay. This is one meaning of Tatahatu. Okay. That is to say that this Jiva is Paramatma only. Paramatma alone shows up, manifests as Jiva. That is one meaning. Second meaning he gives. So this is called Tantra. Extracting two or more relevant meanings from one word. Right? Used in account, this Tatahatu is used once. But then the commentator extracts two meanings. First meaning is Paramatma is Jivatma. That is one meaning. And second meaning he gives here what is going to say. This way of presenting the mantra, the word, and this way of seeing the meaning of the word is called Tantra. Remember, Tantra has many meanings. But here the meaning is Tantra. Okay? Tantra means by saying one word or one expression, you mean more than one relevant meanings. So here, applicable, valid meanings. So here, Tatahatu, Tasmadeva. Therefore, for that very reason, Jivatma is Paramatma eva. That is one meaning. And second meaning he gives, Tasmat Jatam means Utpannam. Sakalam means Nikhilam. Vichitram Vividha Karma Nama Rupam Vishwam. Okay. Tasmat, from that. So this second meaning is from that. Tasmat, from that Jiva alone, from that Paramatma alone. Okay. Tasmat, from the verily from that Jiva. Jatam means Utpannam, is born. What is born? Sakalam, in its entirety. Nikhilam, everything. What is that? Also Vichitram. Vichitram means varied, different, varied. That he explains. In what way it is Vichitram? Vichitram means one meaning is funny, but that's not the meaning here. Varied, that variegated. In what way it is varied? He says Vividha. V means Vividha. Right? Different types of karma, activities, nama, names, appendages, and then rupam, forms. Nama, rupa, and karma. This is called the Vichitram. This is the Vividha karma. Variety of activities, variety of roles, variety of names, and variety of forms. Names, forms, activities, roles, right? That is the Vividha karma, nama, rupam. This is the Vichitram. What is this? Vishwam, the entire Prapancha. Now here, how is it that? Look at that. My waking world, right? The making world, where from it comes, right? The world of my experiences. We are not talking about the world of objects here. We don't have to take it that way. The waking world of the world of my waking experiences. See, when I look at the clock is an object outside. But when I see the clock, in me there is a cognition, there is a perception of the clock. True to the object, true to as I see, true to as best as the eyes and the mind can see, there is a cognition, there is a vritti, there is an experience, there is an anubhava in me. This is my waking experience. Okay? So this is my waking experience. When I touch the table, there is a sensation of touch, and that touch is part of my waking world. When I look at you people, then in my mind there's an image of you in me. There is a perception of you, and there is an evaluation, etc. of you. These are all the waking experiences. And where from this world of waking experiences come? From me alone. Where from else? From me alone. Of course, it is triggered by the external objects when I look at the objects, but the external object does not create in me the waking experience world, but from me only it comes in tune with what I see, what I perceive, what I interact with. Therefore, it's from me alone the world of waking experiences pop up, they come up. Like even it is from the water that the wave comes up. From me the world of waking experiences come. And then where different experiences, they abide in me, stay in me. And then when the experience is over, where do they go? Where do they go back? They go back unto me. Okay? Unto me alone. They come up in me. They sustain, they exist in me. And then when they resolve, they merge in me and me alone. Right? So that is what I said. Tasmat Jatam. The world of experiences come up from me. They exist in me and they merge in me. And that way I am there. Before that waking experience came up, I am there. And as the waking experience comes up, I am there. As it is there, I am there. And as it dissipates, as it merges, then I am there. After this is gone, I am there. So I am the invariable presence in all the times before experience, during the rise of experience, when the experience is there, when the experience resolves, and after the experience, I am the invariable presence. And I am the only invariable presence. There is no other invariable presence, and therefore all comes from me and me only. Right? Remember the 3 points. I am the invariable presence. I am the adhara. Right? I am the substratum. I am the ground for all the experiences to come up, to stay and go back. Right? And then I am the illuminer of all the experiences. Coming up of an experience. See, when I see the clock, there is this cognition. I see the clock. But that is lit up by me. Seeing the clock. The eyes are lit up by me. My mind is lit up by me. And then the seer is lit up by me, the Chaitanyam. The seer is because of me, the Chaitanyam. And therefore, when I see the clock, there is this twofold cognition. I know that I see the clock. That is to say that my seeing the clock is revealed by me, is illumined by me. The seeing the clock happens because of me, right? And then seeing the clock is illumined by me. The seeing the clock happens in me, and I am the one who lights up the seeing also. And therefore, I am the only light which marks the beginning of an experience, the existence of an experience, and the end of an experience. I am the one who marks. Okay. So when some experience starts, suppose I close my eyes, then open my eyes and start seeing the clock. So when I look at the clock, the experience begins. Seeing that the cognition begins, the experience begins. And then I keep looking at for a second, and that is lit up by me alone. And when I close my eyes again, the experience comes to an end. The cognition, the particular cognition comes to an end. I am the one who lights up that coming to an end also. But I stay, right? I am there all along without the need for being lit up, illumined by anything else. I am the Swayam Jyotihi. I am the self-revealing, self-effulgent Chaitanya. And I illumine all my experiences. Right? And what is true of Jagrat Avastha is true of Swapna also. True of Swapna also. I am the one who lights up all the Swapna experiences. Right? I am the one who lights up the dreamer and the dream experience, dream objects and dream experience, the Triputi. Right? I am the one who lights up all this. And I am the one is the sleeper also. The sleeper is because of me. In sleep there is no particular experience, but the sleeper is because of me. The sleeper, I am not the sleeper. The sleeper is me. I am not the sleeper. Therefore, the waker, dreamer and sleeper and all the experiences, they rise in me, exist in me and resolve in me alone. And what is true of me, one individual, is true of every individual. Right? And therefore, that entity, that Chaitanya, in whom from whom this experience comes, goes, and then all this, that Chaitanya is not divided here. Experiences are distinct. Seers are distinct. I am the seer. You also see the object. You are another seer. Okay. The seerhood is distinct. That is upadhikrita. But then what makes the seer possible is Chaitanyam, Atma. And in that there is no division. Right? Me the seer and you the seer are distinct, are different. From the standpoint of seerhood, we are different. From the standpoint of experiencerhood, we are different. I experience, touch this, that is my experiencer. I am the experiencer. You see this, you are a different experiencer. The experiencehood is different. The status of being an experiencer, that is distinct. That is not one and the same. But the truth of the experiencer is Chaitanya, me the Chaitanyam, and you are the Chaitanyam. And in that Chaitanyam, as Chaitanyam, there is no, the distinguishing factors are not there. But distinction comes only with reference to a particular framework. What is being seen, what is the type of experiencer, what is the type of experience, when it is done, where it happens, right? Based upon this upadhi, the conditions, right, the experiencerhood happens. That is distinct. Seerhood is distinct. That is the jiva, that is the individual. But then the truth of the individual is Chaitanyam. There is no barrier, there is no boundary, there is no framework. It just all just vanish. They have no meaning. There is no relevance there. Okay. Like even pot, when we say pot, the pot form is distinct, but then as clay, the framework, pot form, the name and the function, the utility of the pot, all they break down. They are not applicable when we consider clay. Okay. So, like even clay, in clay there is no pot. There is no pot form. It's irrelevant, totally irrelevant. Not applicable, simply not applicable. Therefore, pot is clay. Clay is not pot. So too, waker I am not the waker. Dreamer I am not the dreamer. So this dreamer, waker and all these are all brought up by this play of this Maya. We say Maya Parimohit Atma, we saw earlier. All this brought up by this Maya, this great Shakti, the wonderful, the great power called Maya. And what is the truth of all this? Is it all Paramarthika? The Shastra points out, no, it is not. It's all Vacharambanam. It's all Vacharambanam. It's all Vikaraha. They are not intrinsic to you, to me. They are only purely incidental. They are all incidentals. They are temporal. Temporal means happening in time. And they are phenomenal in terms of, it's a phenomenon. It's experiential. It is vyavaharika, relational, transactional it is not paramarthika. Like even a pot is transactional, relational, it's temporal, but then clay is beyond that framework. So too, all these names and forms are mithya. All the experiences are mithya. The truth of the experiencer is the truth. What is that experiencer? And the truth of the experience is real, is paramarthika. But the experience itself is not paramarthika. Any experience for that matter, right? The experiencer, the experienced object, and the experiencing instrument, and the experience itself, they are not paramarthika. A lot of people take that experience as true, as paramarthika. The Shastra points out very clearly, experience is not paramarthika. The truth of the experiencer, the truth of the experience, the truth of what is experienced, that is paramarthika, that is Atma. Okay? So experiencer is not paramarthika. The truth of the experiencer is paramarthika. And therefore, all these are all vacharambanam. And then Shruti, the Chandogya Shruti says, it takes the example of clay and pot. Mrittika ityeva satyam. Right? Mrittika means clay. The clay alone is the truth there, is the entity, is the content. The pot is only a name and form. Vak, it's only vak, it's only a name. It's only a form. It has an utility. That's all relational. But then when we consider the truth of the pot, it's only clay, and that clay is free from the Namarupa. So too, I the Atma, I am always free from the Namarupa. All that happens, all that sports here, that's all Maya Vikaram, it's all Maya, Krida it is, right? And then that's all Namarupa. It's all Namarupa. In other words, it's Kalpita or it is Mithya. Prapanchaha is Mithya, right? Samsara Mithya, Avidya Kalpitaha Samsara, Prapanchaha Mithya. And when you say Prapancha Mithya, the Shariram also is part of Prapancha, that is also Mithya. Then the Manaha, mind is also Mithya. And then all experiences are also Mithya only. On what all this Mithya happen? This Mithya happens on me, the Chaitanyam, who is Satyam. Sadeva Satyam. Therefore, I am the true entity, the reality, and I am that Brahman, and everything else is Kalpita on me. The problem with the Jiva is that the Jiva takes these Vyavaharika as Paramarthika, the Vyavaharika state of oneself as the real true nature of oneself. Right? If I am the seer, then I am limited forever. If I am the thinker alone, then I am limited. Then if I am the Bhokta, experiencer alone, then I am limited. There is no way I can be free from Sukha or Dukkha. There is no way I can live in fullness. There is no way I can be totally free. If I am merely an experiencer or thinker or feeler or seer or doer, if I am that, then there is no way out for me. Therefore, the Shruti points out that you are the Satya Atma, right? You are the Paramarthika, you are the truth, and everything is Kalpita on me. So, and therefore, what is Kalpita? Two things. What is Kalpita cannot affect me. That is one thing. When I understand that the Kalpita cannot affect me, cannot touch me. Okay. Till I understand, at least I can invoke that, no, that I am not affected by this Kalpita. Okay. Me the seeker, me the individual, my problem is that I feel that I am affected by what I experience. I am improved, or what do you call that? Improved, and then the opposite, reduced or whatever. Affected. I am improved by having this feather in my cap. I am improved. I look better. No, my image is better. I feel better. Or something is taken away from me by experiences. I am affected. I am the Bhokta. You remember the word Anishaya Shochati, right? Anisha, that is it. Isha is my Swarupa, but in my ignorance, in my moha, I think that I am the opposite of Isha. I am the small being. I am the limited being, right? I am the Karta, Bhokta. I am being afflicted. I am subject to Sukha, Dukkha. I am Sukhi. I am Dukhi. That is my thinking about myself. When I take myself like that, then that the Sukha, Dukkha is inescapable. Smallness is inescapable. I cannot be out of that. I cannot be free from samsara. Now, this is the truth is pointed out. Here you are Isha, right? You are the Isha. You are the Lord. You are the truth. You are the Purna Atma. Only in ignorance or delusion you take yourself to be that, and may you understand who you are, what you are, then you are free from that. I own what I am, then I am free from what I imagine myself to be. Okay. Remember the example of the beggar, the actor taking the role of the beggar. The actor is not the beggar, but the actor takes on the role of the beggar. Whatever the dialogue and scene and emotion all belongs to, not to the actor. But the actor brings out everything. The beggar role, the dialogue, the scenery, the emotion, all the interaction, right? All this is brought out by the actor. But then they belong to the role, to the beggar, and not to the actor. Only if a deluded actor will take that, I am become a beggar now. I suffer, I don't have money, I am hungry, I am suffering, I have no warm clothing, right? That's the beggar. So if the actor takes oneself to be the beggar, that is ignorance and delusion only. Now the actor is told, hey, you are the actor. The beggar, the role happens in you. You don't happen in the role, right? You are free from the role. The role is a happening, but you are free from the happening. So too, the mithya does not touch me. I thought that I am affected by mithya. I thought this is true, and then I am affected by that. Now it is point, you cannot be affected because that is mithya. Mithya cannot touch you, the satya. Okay? See, between two entities belonging to different order of reality, two different order of realities. Consider the example of rope snake. Here the rope is vyavaharika and then the snake is pratibhasika, right? That is the truth, the satta, the reality of the snake is only appearance wise, that's all. But rope is vyavaharika, it is you can touch the rope, you can hold the rope, you can throw the rope away, that is transactional, that is vyavaharika. So the rope is vyavaharika, the snake is pratibhasika, purely. Between these two entities, that is the rope and snake, which belong to different satta, the realities, there cannot be any connection at all. There cannot be any association, any connection at all. Between the rope and the snake, what is the connection? There is no connection at all possible. Any connection is possible between two objects belonging to the same order of reality only. See, I am a person and the reality of me, and then I touch the table. The table also enjoys the same order of reality, right? So as real I am, so real is the table. I, the toucher, and the touched object table belong to the same order of reality, that is vyavaharika. In that, touching is possible. Sambandha is possible. Association is possible, right? Being affected, so the table falls on me, I am affected, I am hurt, etc., I am hit. That is possible between the table and me because we both belong to the same order of reality, vyavaharika. But imagine, suppose I imagine a table and then the imagined table I touch, there is no association. Except my imagination, there is no association at all between the table and me. So too, between vyavaharika and pratibhasika, there is no connection possible at all. Right? So this is a rule. Between two objects belonging to the same order of reality alone, there can be any association, there can be any affectation, okay? There can be anything, any relation, it's all possible. But between two objects belonging to different order of reality, there cannot be any real, there cannot be any association. So to here, I am Paramarthika, I am the Atma who is Paramarthika, and then seer, thinker, experiencer, all that, goer, doer, all that, my notions, my ideas, my sharira, and all that, they are all vyavaharika. Therefore, there cannot be, there is no association, there is no affectation between me, the Paramarthika, and then the seer, doer, etc. There is no association. Mithya. Between Satyam and Mithya, there is no association. There is only this kalpita, the imagined association alone. Like even between the rope and the snake, there is only an imagined association, a kalpita association, that's all. Between the clay and the pot, there is only vyavaharika association, but there is no other, there is no truck between these two. So too, between me, the Satyam Atma, and between the seer and doer and the sharira and the mind, which is all vyavaharika, mithya, there is no association. That's why I am asanga Atma. Because I am the Paramarthika, I alone am Paramarthika, sharira, etc., they are all mithya, there is no association. Asanga, I am. That is what is driven here, pointed out here. Therefore, from me everything comes, in me everything sustains, In me everything, unto me everything resolves. I am free from that. I am free from that. Okay. And then in the Mandukya, a beautiful thing is pointed out here. What was not there earlier and what is not there later. In between also it is not there. That's all. Adau ante yat nasti. Adavante, ayadisandhi. Adaucha, antecha. Adau means in the beginning, anta means in the end. Adau ante yat nasti. What was not there earlier, what is not going to be there, what is not there later on. What happens now? What about now? Vartamane api. Presently also, tat tatha. That in the very same way it is not there. Right? Pehle nahi tha, piche nahi tha. Ab kya hai na ab bhi nahi hai. Right? What was not there earlier, what is not there later, is not there now also. Right? So what is there earlier, what is there later, that alone is there now also. What is there now? I the Sakshi, I the witness, I the Atma, I am the Asanga Atma, I am the pure Atma, I am the Shuddha Atma, I am the Purna Atma. Before the Jivahood pops up, manifests, I am there as Atma. And once the Jivahood resolves, I am there as the Atma. So in between Jivahood pops up, that Jivahood is Mithya, is Kalpita. It is not, it is really not there. Paramarthatvena, Paramarthika Rupa, it is not there. Okay? Before any particular experience, I was there. Right? And then after the experience is gone, I am still there. And what about when that experience is there? It's only Kalpita only. That is true. It happens all right, but then it does not happen to me, the Atma. It happens to the Vyavaharika entity, not to me, the Paramarthika. Therefore, Vartamane api tattata. Right? Adavante yannasti, Vartamane api tattata. In Mandukya, Karika, Gaudapadacharya points out. So, the Jiva is deluded, thinking that now it is there, now it is there, now it is there. It is real, it is real. I am the seer, I am the doer, I am the bhokta, I am the karta, real, I am the samsari, I am small, real. The suffering is real. Paramartha it is. Right? So therefore, it's only the distinction between Satyam and Mithya. When I understand, then it's all. And I understand the status of the samsara, the status of this prapancha, and the role of the doer, etc. I understand. I do not continue to commit the mistake that I am a karta and bhokta, I am a jiva, I am a samsari. I do not commit anymore. Therefore, here the Shruti points out what is the true nature of oneself. Adharam, Anandam, Akhandabodham, etc. It points out. Now we'll leave it here. We'll continue at 11:30. We will continue. Om Bhadram Karneri Shruyama Deva Bhadram Pashyemakshavirvyajatra Sthirairangai Stushtavam Sastanubhi Yashema Devahitam Yadayu Swasti na Indro Vriddhashravaha Swasti na Pusha Vishwavedaha Swasti na Starkshyo Arishtadimihi Swasti no Brihaspatir Dadhatu Om Shanti 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 Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namah Hari